What the? Magandang Tangale Po.
Uh-huh.
Yeah? I don't know what it means. Tony Winnick's put it in chat. I don't know what it means.
Maybe he sneezed on his keyboard.
He might have done, yeah. It might have just been he's had a bit of a fucking aneurysm. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Monday evening. I'm a bit better. Not perfect, but a bit better. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you hit that like button if you enjoy the content. Smash subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified every single time we go live or drop a new video. Alternatively, you can become a member of the Great Hall. If you become a member of the Great Hall, you get yourself in Discord, then you can also hit the right reaction roll, and every time we go live, drop a new video, or schedule a stream, you'll be notified, and you won't miss for anything. And actually, that's important. I'll explain why that's important. We're in the month of December. Okay, by being in the month of December, many things happen, many weird things happen, lots of strange things happen. Those strange things do in fact include my birthday, woo, where I will be a vibrant 25.
Okay.
And also Christmas, that happens. Boxing Day in the UK here, which is the day after Christmas. My nephew's birthday, which is the day after Boxing Day. Joe's birthday happened. It's a busy month, right? It's a busy month. And also what that means is the streams this month are going to be all over the place.
I think you're all being very selfish having birthdays.
Yeah, all so close together.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
January.
When's James's birthday?
January.
When's your dad's birthday?
January.
And fuck you.
We're in January sales, so...
Well, Black Friday's already happened. There you go. Streams will be a bit all over the place because, you know, Christmas time, etc. That's also quite prevalent this week. Let me explain. This week, Luce is supposed to have gone on holiday.
Yeah.
As you will hear, she has not gone on holiday. She's chosen instead to stay home. Because life with me is in fact a holiday.
Or I'm reporting live from a Plymouth high street somewhere.
Possibly. It'd be weird me looking off this way.
Maybe that's the big reveal. We're not actually in Southampton.
Yeah.
This whole time.
So Luce has chosen not to go on holiday for a multitude of reasons, some of which were actually quite heartwarming from my perspective, but also partly because we also now have 2 sick kids. My eldest has almost definitely got what I had. He's not doing great, bless him. He's, in fact, actually, considering he's 11, he's doing fucking phenomenally. Because I was flat miserable. And Luce is also not feeling 100% herself. She's not quite chipper.
Like half of my throat doesn't feel right, and the other half is fine.
No comments.
Does anyone else get that kind of metallic, weird throat thing? And you say to yourself, I've got about 2 days left before I'm going to be calling in sick. Yeah.
So, because Luce was supposed to be on holiday this week, the plan for content was going to be different anyway. And I've been a bit all over the place since she decided to cancel holiday 2 weeks ago. And I'm not knowing what to do. And I literally made my mind up about half an hour ago. So, what's going to be happening this week? Okay, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, at the very least, we'll be doing afternoon streams from here, not Liam and Joe shows, from here. And thankfully, Games Workshop, the gift that keeps on giving, has given us Grot-mas to cover for the coming week. So actually, for the month of December, I'm going to try and do as many 1 o'clock streams as possible to cover the Grot-mas news articles. It won't be possible every single day, but for as many as I can through December, I'm going to cover them. On days where it's not possible, I'm hoping that the next day I can do one stream and cover both articles, like we're doing tonight, right? And I would have done it lunchtime today, literally come up with this plan half an hour ago. So there'll be no Liam and Joe shows this week. Instead, I'll be here because it means I'm here then, and because Luce isn't feeling 100% and the kids are sick, it's easier for me to support them. There will be game streams Tuesday and Thursday this week. There will be game streams. Tom is going to be producing from the studio. Joe is in both days. Brom's in on Thursday, and Joe's friend Dan is in for some Age of Sigmar goodness tomorrow. That means that I only have to go over to the studio for like an hour to get everything ready for the evening shows. Get them all set up for the evening shows, and that means that they can still produce live content on the evening shows. Wednesday's also weird because Saints are at home, and me and my brother are going to that game, so there'll be no evening stream on Wednesday, but there is a lunchtime one because Grot-mas. So this is why it's really important to have the 40k reaction roll turned on in Discord, because if you have the 40k reaction roll turned on in Discord, you will not miss a scheduled stream, nor will you miss us going live. If you don't have that turned on and you rely on YouTube or you rely on our normal schedule, it's going to be a bit all over the place. All right. So bear with me, but for Christmas, it's going to be all over the shop. And when we hit that Christmas week, it will also be all over the shop. So keep that 40k react, even if just for December, have that 40k reaction roll turned on in Discord, and that way, when we do schedule a video, we'll go live. You won't miss it. You won't miss content, right? The intent is to still kick out a ton of content and have some fun. I've also started planning fresh content for the new year, including more Lego stuff, because people have asked me about that actually since I did the stream. When we're doing another Lego stream, just haven't had the time or been well enough recently. But we've got more of that planned. There's a couple of big sets in the studio ready to go. There's another big set on its way, ready to go. So that stuff's planned for the new year. I actually am thinking about trying to cover Kill Team at some point as well, because people have been asking me about Kill Team, which should be fun, and it's 40k, it's relevant, isn't it? So there we go. You can turn the reaction roll off. You can in Discord, yeah, if you want to, Lord of Cinder, but then you might miss content. Why would you want to do that? So this week's going to be really different because there won't be Liam and Joe's shows from the studio, and depending on how long the illness lasts for these three compadres here in the house, it might be that happens next week as well. We'll see how they're feeling. Hopefully, my eldest has had it for like 2-3 days now, so he should start to turn a corner soon and be back on the mend, because that's what it was for me. I'm finding
it very... I sat down a minute ago and I said, in this moment, I wildly regret not going on holiday. Just to be... And it's not even that there's something I particularly wanted to see in Plymouth. I just need to be lifted out of the situation. Yeah. I'm not an option. I need to recuperate my compassion and energy. And you worded it really well. It's like illness number 1 never really stopped. It just started to merge into illness number 2. And now here we are.
There's been no break.
Putting in another shift.
There's been no break, yeah.
And I couldn't leave because you're not 100%. And I don't think I'm a douchebag. So it's not within me to just be like, bye.
Well, this is what I was saying as well. Even if you had have gone, you wouldn't be having a good time away, because 1, you're not feeling great, and 2, you'd be too worried about the kids at home.
I might be cackling a little bit.
You might be cackling a little bit, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We're the wrong month for it, but you might be cackling a little bit. Yeah. So, you've got the pair of sickies tonight giving you a show, and we are going to be talking about Grot-mas. Grot-mas started yesterday, chat. And Grot-mas is Games Workshop's thing that they talked about on the reveal show. Remember that reveal show we did a little while ago when I had the flu? Not long ago, going about it. Grot-mas is where they said, well, they're going to drop a new 30, I think they said, new data sheets, or 30 new sets of rules across the course of December, which is quite exciting.
Has Joe spoken to you about Warhammer World Meetup yet that he promised us? If not, can you remind him,
yes,
please?
Lehman, thank you for the 5, man. He's looking at planning it for March sometime. So get Christmas and the January mentalness out the way, which I think is a smart choice. February's in a short month, and then plan it for March. I will nudge him. I'll help him organise it. He made a promise once that if they hit a certain number of members, he'd organise a Warhammer World get-together, which they did do. And it's Joe, so he just hasn't done anything with it yet. But he's not forgotten about it, because he's talked to me about it. So he has mentioned it.
Does he find the idea of it a bit enormous?
Yeah, I think he didn't think they'd hit the membership total or something, and now he's like, oh fuck. Yeah, but he does this a lot. He sets targets for them, and then they hit the targets, and then he's like, oh, they hit the target.
Well, if he wants to give it to me, I can do that.
Well, no, you can help him. He's the one that made the promise. It's on him to do it. You could help him if he wants the help.
I can help him hand it over?
No, you can help him. You can do it for him. Right?
I won't do it all for him.
Thank you anyway, Lehman, for the 5. Also, Stu Will, before we got going, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, you wonderful human. And Luke, thank you for 1 more. Tonight's stream title, tonight's membership target, people excited for Grot-mas. I'm actually quite excited having seen the first 2. Talking of which, let's have a look. So we're going to go through the 2 articles quickly tonight, and then we'll chat nonsense like we normally do on a normal evening stream once Lucy's here, because we don't want to bore her for too long with rules, right? We started off on the first day of Grot-mas with Grandfather Nurgle and Death Guard specifically. Like Father Christmas, Grandfather Nurgle has bought a new detachment for Death Guard to kick off the Grot-mas calendar. The fly-blown host takes advantage of the diseased flies that follow in the wake of Mortarian's forces. Here's the Warhammer 40,000 design studio with more. Pretty image. As the Death Guard stride, blah, 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 boring narrative. Death Guard infantry take advantage of the verminous haze to scout at the beginning of the battle, benefit from being harder to hit. The detachment's enhancements and stratagems explore this narrative further with the likes of Rejuvenating Swarm, where a warrior calls upon the swarm to rejuvenate their contagion, blah, 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 blah. Down a detachment. Cool. Gumph that gets you to the Flyblown Host, right? We didn't actually need to read all that nonsense, did we? Here we are. Here's the Flyblown Host, Chatosaurus, okay? So, Venomous Haze is your detachment rule. Death Guard infantry units from your army that are not embarked within a transport have the Scout's 5-inch and stealth abilities. That stealth ability is on all the time, which is really good, actually. And I kind of like it. It's quite narrative. I love the fact that being surrounded in a cloud of flies potentially makes you significantly harder to hit to your enemy. That's kind of cool. Scout's 5 inches is slightly less narrative, I guess, but it does in fact mean that Death Guard players out there, you can get a bit closer, a bit quicker, which is part of its problem. Okay, we've then got some enhancements. 15 point for drone in chorus. Death Guard model only. Range weapons equipped by models in the bearer's unit have the assault ability. Not bad. Insectile murmuration. Infantry model only. Each of a model. Oh, hang on. It's taken in the bearer's unit makes an attack that targets a unit that is within contagion range of one or more Death Guard units from your army. Reroll a wound roll of 1. Decent. Rejuvenating Swarm. This is mental for 10 points, by the way. This is mad for 10 points, chat. Right? Death Guard infantry model only. At the end of each phase, the bearer regains all of its lost wounds. At the end of each phase.
What happens when you tell an egg a joke? It cracks up, smiley face. Bruce Lee was not as fast as his brother, Sudden.
Thanks for the 5s, you fucking idiot. Rejuvenating Swarm is mad at 10 points. Mad at 10 points. End of each phase. If you don't kill it in a full phase, back to full health. That's mad good. Plague Veil, 25 points. Death Guard infantry model only. While the bearer's unit is within range of one or more objective markers that you control, that unit can be selected as a target. The unit can only be selected as a target of a range attack if the target model is within 18 inches. Also decent. It is good, but Rejuvenating Swarm at 10 points is busted. Right? That's a fucking oversight at those points. That's stupid. It's so good. So good. We then go into the stratagems, right? We've got a 1 CP stratagem called Nauseating Paroxysms. It's a strategic ploy, back to that being completely useless nowadays. Start the fight phase. 1 Death Guard infantry unit from your army that is within engagement range of one or more enemy units. Select one enemy unit within engagement range of that unit that must take a Battleshock test, subjective 1 for the result. Games Workshop's ever-increasing requirement. You picked the chocolate up?
Yeah.
Good. I'm proud of you. Games Workshop's inevitable fucking march towards trying to make Battleshock still relevant. Vermin Cloud for 1 CP. In the fight phase, 1 Death Guard infantry unit from your army that's not been selected to fight this phase. Until the end of the phase, each model in that unit makes a piling or consolidation move that can move 6 instead of 3. Like it, that's decent. Again, adds to that maneuverability. We're here for it. The Swarm 1 CP. In your shooting phase, 1 Death Guard infantry from your unit that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of the phase, range weapons equipped by models in your unit, excluding blast weapons, have the pistol ability. Fan of that, that's good-ish. But it's Death Guard infantry. You don't really have Death Guard infantry full of incredible weapons. It's not terrible. It's not the greatest. Droning Horror, your shooting phase. Death Guard infantry from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. So in this phase, each time a model in your unit makes a ranged attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. If the attack target's within half range, you can reroll hit rolls instead. Decent for a CP. Again, Death Guard infantry don't have the world's most game-breaking shooting attacks. So these are not bad. But there's no obvious combo where this leaps out and says, put them in 20 Havocs. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not bad, though. They're good strats. Innovating Onslaught. Your charge phase just after Death Guard infantry unit makes a charge move. That Death Guard infantry, it's like one unit within engagement range of your unit, excluding monsters or vehicles. Roll a d6 for each model in your unit that is within engagement range of that unit, adding 1 to the result if that model is not a cultist or poxwalker model. For each 5+, the selected enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound to a maximum of 6 mortal wounds. Love this. Really good stratagem. Quite narrative. Quite cool. Extra couple mortal wounds on the charge. Who doesn't love that? And then Mephitic Invigoration. Your opponent's shooting phase just after the enemy has selected its targets. 1 Death Guard infantry unit from your army that is within 6 inches of 1 or more friendly Mephitic Blight Hauler units that was selected as a target. This is where rules lawyers ruin the game a little bit, right? So you target one Death Guard infantry unit from your army that is within 6 inches of one or more friendly Mythic Blighthauler units, and that unit was selected as the target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks. Whew.
Sent you the value of a Corsair's box on PP.
Didn't have to do that.
Go KT.
Until the end of the phase, each time an attack targets your unit, if the strength characteristic of the attack is greater than the toughness characteristic of this unit, subtract 1 for the wound roll. Quite Death Guardy, right? Quite Death Guardy. They're alright, aren't they? On the whole, they're good. I mean, the biggest thing from that whole... I feel like the detachment rule from that particular army is decent. I do, genuinely. I think stealth all the time is really good. I think the 10-point fucking enhancement for regaining all your wounds is mental good. And then it sort of is okay from here on out. It's fun, though. It's narrative, and I'm here for this. If we look at the army rules for... Death Guard, the army rule is contagion, so you get that on top of. If your faction is Death Guard, one enemy unit is within contagion range, subtract 1 for the toughest characteristic models in that enemy unit. Contagion ranges show grow over the course of the battle, as shown below. Battle round 1, 3 inches, battle round 2, 6 inches, battle round 3, 9 inches. So you get contagion, you add stealth. I think it's decent. Shame Mythic Blighthauls are terrible. They're so terrible. They're so bad. They're so bad. That doesn't make them that doesn't make them worth taking that stratagem either. In fact, they arguably make that stratagem slightly pointless because you can't be in range of a Mythic Blighthauler if it's not on the table. It's on the light side of broken. The enhancement, yeah, I'd agree with you. It is on the light side of broken. But fun, though. Detachment's kind of narrative, kind of cool. If that's the kind of benchmark that we're setting, then I think I'm here for it because it's not too broken. It's fun. It's narrative. It gives you something different. I don't think that's bad. The Dark Angels, however, also got one today, right? Let's have a look at this one. This one, let's have a look what we think about this one, shall we, chat? You ready? Screen share, F11. So the detachment is called the Lion's Blade Task Force. In the Lion's Claws is the detachment rule. Each time an enemy unit, excluding monsters and vehicles, within an engagement range of one or more Raven Wing units from your army falls back, all models in that enemy unit must take a desperate escape test. When doing so, if the enemy unit is battle shocked, subtract 1 for each of those tests. And each time a Deathwing unit from your army declares a charge, if one or more of the targets of that charge are within engagement range of one or more Ravenwing units from your army, add 2 to the charge roll. So if Deathwing are charging something that Ravenwing have already hit, they get +2 to charge. Right? Restrictions: your army can include Dark Angels units, but it cannot include Adeptus Astartes units drawn from any other chapter. This is, again, not super strong, not super broken, but good. And let's face it, it really only leans into the units that most Dark Angels players are taking anyway. Ravenwing and Deathwing. And it's very narrative. It's like being on the hunt. I'm kind of here for that one. Calibanite armaments for 15 points. Add 1 to damage characteristics of bearers' melee weapons. Very good. Stick them on chaplains to make them 3 damage Croziuses, etc. Quite like it. Lord of the Hunt for 15. Ravenwing model. The bearer's unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back. And can reroll desperate escape tests taken from models of the bearer's unit. Decent. Here for it. Fan of that one. Stalwart Champion. Captain, Chaplain or Lieutenant model. While the bearer's unit is not battle shocked, add 1 to the OC. Decent. Not 25 points worth. 10 points to regain all your wounds at the end of each phase, or 25 points to gain 1 OC for a unit if you're not battle shocked. It's the wrong way around that, isn't it? It's the wrong way around that. And then Fulgus Magna for 20 points. Deathwing model only. Once per battle, at the end of your opponent's turn, if the bearer's unit is not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does, remove the bearer's unit from the battlefield and place it into strategic reserves. For 20 points, once per battle. That's decent, actually. Deathwing Knights, up, gone. I'm a fan of that. That's not bad at all. Into the strats chat. Got 6 of these again, obviously, because it's a detachment. 1 or 2 of them are quite wordy. Bear with me. Overpowering Exaction. Your command phase, or any command phase at the start of the fight phase. When? Command phase or at the start of the fight phase. Okay. 1 Adeptus Astartes unit from your army. Select 1 enemy unit within engagement range of your unit. The enemy unit must take a battle shock test. When doing so, if your unit has a Deathwing, Ravenwing keyword, subtract 1 from the result. You can only use this strategy once per battle round. That's decent. That's stop your opponent from scoring. Once per battle round is a good restriction. And command phase, start the fight phase, both those times are useful, actually. So if it's the start of the fight phase, that's because you might need to hold that objective at the end of the turn for something like extend battle lines. If it's in the command phase, it might be that you're stopping your opponent from scoring primary points if they fail their battle shock test. Again, trying to push battle shock though. Armor of Contempt, don't need to read that one out, we know what that one does. Strength and Unity, when do you use this stratagem? Fight phase, just after enemy unit has selected its targets. What do you target? You target an Adeptus Astartes unit from your army that was selected as the target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks. And the effect, if that enemy unit is within engagement range of one or more Ravenwing units from your army, until the end of the phase, each time a model in that enemy unit makes attack, subtract 1 from the hit roll. If the enemy unit is within engagement range of one or more Deathwing units from your army, until the end of the phase, each time a model in that army unit makes an attack. If the strength characteristic of that attack is greater than the toughness characteristic of the target, subtract 1 from the wound roll. A unit cannot be targeted by this and the Armor of Contempt stratagem in the same phase. There you go. Seems simple enough. If you're a target, you put it on a Deathwing unit that's in engagement range, just -1 to wound. If your opponent's stronger than you are, put it on a Ravenwing unit in combat, -1 to hit. Can't use Armor of Contempt. I like that last part. It seems harsh because other Astartes stratagems don't have the similar restrictions, but I like that last part. Knights of Iron. When in your movement phase or your charge phase, you target a Ravenwing unit from your army. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes a normal move, advance, or charge move, it can move horizontally through terrain features. Yes. Good. Makes bikes borderline more playable. Because you don't have to worry about this nonsense about driving around ruins whilst fucking monsters like the Lion just walk through them. Really good for 1 CP. Illuminating Fire. Your shooting phase just after a Ravenwing unit from your army has selected its targets. You target that Ravenwing unit. Select one enemy unit within 12 inches of that unit was selected as the target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks. Until the end of the phase, each time friendly Deathwing unit makes an attack that targets an enemy unit, add 1 to the wound roll. Super narrative, I'm here for it. And then finally, Inescapable Wrath. Your opponent's charge phase, 1 Deathwing infantry or walker unit, which includes dreadnoughts obviously from your army that's within 6 inches of one or more enemy units, that will be eligible to declare a charge against one or more of those enemy units if it were your charge phase. Your unit now declares that charge, targets one or more of those enemy units, and you resolve that charge. Note that even if the charge is successful, your unit does not receive any charge bonuses. It's like heroically intervening, but you don't have to have been charged already. So that's really good. Heroically intervening essentially for 2 CP, even though because you don't get a charge bonus, but not forgetting also that it's the opponent's turn, so you will go first in the fight first step, unless you've done that 2 CP sort of heroic intervention into an enemy unit that had charged. They don't have fights first, so you will still fight first for that unit. That's fun. Both of them are fun. Neither of them are broken. Neither of them are broken at all. Both of them are fun. I'm here for all of them. Oh, hang on. Boop. 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 We fixed it. There we go. We fixed it, chat. It's all here. There we go. We fixed the membership goal. I turned it off for last Friday because you lot went mental on Thursday. Thank you, by the way. The month ended up being a normal month rather than a car crash. Hey, Alec, man, how's it going? So what do you think, chat? What I want to see on postcards right now is your thoughts so far on Grotmas. Whether you think these two are like, actually, they're kind of fun and narrative and balanced and don't look too broken, or maybe you do think they're broken. Maybe I'm playing it down. Are you excited for your factions? Are you excited for the next ones? Lucy's completely switched off. Mm-hmm. Not even slightly interested.
Yeah.
What happens when you need to know what Death Guard do?
I'll just ask you again.
Touche. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Oh, where are the kids?
One is in earshot. One is not so much in
Which one's in earshot? The eldest?
Yeah.
Good, okay, right, that's fine then. Luce went to do some Christmas shopping today, chat. It's the 2nd of December. The 2nd of December. And half the things have sold out already.
Yeah.
2nd of December? Mm-hmm. How?
Yeah, I know. I've made my own little advent calendar, chat, because how many of us never get to do the things we actually want to do because somebody needs us or something needs doing, or we then get sick so we have to cancel it, or you're just exhausted, you can't give it the best time. So I've made an advent calendar, and it's little things like little sewing projects, little knitting projects, baking Christmas food that I used to buy in the shop that I definitely can make now.
Hi Luce, man waving, Warhammer bits done now.
Well, I'm waiting for feedback on Warhammer bits, Jacob. That's when we then bring Luce in to talk about the real world. Carry on.
Warhammer bits?
Yeah, we just talked warhammer bits.
Oh. That I can now definitely make.
Yeah.
And even stuff like on dog walks, the amount of times I walk past tiny little sleepy country pubs and I never have the time to go in there because I need to get back because either Ben needs the toilet or the dog's starting to lag or the ring doorbell's just gone off. So that's on my list as well. Actually going into that little pub in the distance that I never have chance to check out. And today was participating in Christmas shopping. All these years, it's been stolen moments, either sitting on the toilet or in the bath or at midnight going, shit, I forgot to order that thing. It is Christmas shopping, but it's not really Christmas
I get
shopping.
it. You're shopping, but you're not shopping.
Yeah, it's stolen moments throughout the year so that you can make your loved ones' Christmas period as magical as possible. And that's exhausting. And it takes too much time. It takes more time than it should because we've all gotten caught up in it. So I thought, I'll actually go and partake in Christmas shopping and I'll be around the Christmas music and the German markets where there's not a single German person there. I'll be around it. It was... I feel like I've been under a rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking forward... I want to go Christmas shopping with you this year and go get a hot chocolate and listen to the music and stuff like that. Because we haven't done it for years now.
Yeah.
Like, actually quite a long time.
So, Argos is not really the Argos I remember. There was only 2 members of staff on, and they were doing everything. And I thought, this is the Christmas period. Why are you on skeleton staff? This is weird.
Evan, thank you for 5 gifted, you legend.
So many shops have closed. Which I guess because we're all ordering Christmas presents on the toilet, that's probably why all the high street shops are closing.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it, that the high street's going?
It's really sad.
Makes me sad.
It didn't feel... I sort of came home thinking, I did it.
Yeah, see, I think it's weird, isn't it? Because I kind of don't really want to go Christmas shopping for the buying part. I want to go for the kind of postcard, picturesque, have a hot chocolate at the German market, listen to, be all wrapped up warm, listen to the music and everyone being cheerful with each other. Like, that's kind of why I want to go. I don't, because I'll do the shopping online.
If they are all along those lines, they should be good as options, not up that they become auto takes. What do you want for knife ears? Sweating face.
Something. I'll let stars come through. Thank you so much, Britters, for the 5, dude. And then I'll answer you, my friend.
B-A-B-A-B-A-B-A. Bam, bam, ba-bam.
Not on Mondays. You lot.
What?
She's done the news jingle.
Oh.
Not on Mondays. We don't do it on Mondays. We don't do news jingles or loose facts on Mondays. You know this, chat. You know this. Wednesdays and Fridays. It's for news and loose facts.
There's only so much news in the world.
Yeah, Tony Liam's voice bot's named Brian. It's Brian. Not Mondays. What do I hope for knife is, Predators? I hope something movement focused is what I care. What I care for. Now, one of the things that got me the most excited around the reveal show that they did the other Friday was the fact that they talked about the army-wide rule changing from fate dice to battle focus, and that got me excited because it leans more into the way I like to play, which is techie, movement-based, punished if you get it wrong, rewarded if you get it right, not just use a dice and go, that's the one I want. So that's what makes me excited, and that's the thing I hope to see for Knife is. Although we know that Eldar, one of the codex, is coming in early 2025, we don't know when. So it could be that we see Astron Mataran first, then we see Knights, and we might not see Eldar till like literally end of March. So I want something to play with in the next 3 months that's more fun, especially if it gives me something that's more viable at Beachhead than the current
Mogand Ang Tangali Posar in Yongla hat. Checking so see if the voice's Tagalog pronunciation is better than Liam's.
What are you saying though, Tony? Thank you for the $50, you fucking beautiful human being. What are you saying though? Also, I think I said thank you, Evan, for the 5 gifted. We're up to 11 people that are excited for Grot-mas. So yeah, I want to go for the experience of drinking hot chocolate, listening to Christmas music and seeing people be jolly, rather than actually shopping. I'm actually part of the problem when it comes to shopping.
Yeah.
But that's because, as you've experienced today, that's because I can look online, and there it is.
I wish my Raven Wing detachment got the Knights of Iron stratagem.
What's the Knights of Iron stratagem? Is that in the new one? Knights of Iron. Yeah, I bet you do. 100%. Like, that's the one where you can move through rules chat, by the way. I think the problem is I can go online now and find something that's online, and I can order it online to my house, or it will show me exactly which shop it's in stock at. If I go shopping and I'm like, I'm going to go and get, I don't know, Luce wants a Harry Potter mug. I know you don't. She doesn't. I know you don't. But for example, right? Luce wants a Harry Potter mug. So what I could do, I guess this is part of modern day society's problems, right? What I could do is I could go to Southampton and I could walk through 10 shops to try and find a fucking Harry Potter mug, and I might not find one. Actually, that's one of those things where I probably will find one, but because there's that shop in the Marlins, the geeky one, right?
I was going to say the Disney shop's
No,
not
the other one. You know the one I'm on about with all the posters and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I probably better find this. This is an example. This is probably a bad example, but I might not be able to find it. What I could do is I could sit here, Google Harry Potter mug, go. It gives me all the different options, which I can see all of them there in front of me and go, actually, that's the nicest one. I'm going to order that one.
Yeah.
It's the same with. I would argue it's almost just as bad for Warhammer as well.
The trouble is.
So my brother's eldest is gone mad for Warhammer. They want to buy him Warhammer for Christmas and his birthday, which is 2 days after Christmas, right? What he could do is he could go into the town and go into the high street and try and find it in Games Workshop and talk to the staff members there and support our local GW. Not that they need it as a company; they're doing very well. But for example, you're supporting the high street at that point, right? Or you can order an element for 15 to 20% off, and it's in stock, and they know it's there, and it'll come next day.
The trouble that I'm having is I like to touch the things before I buy them.
I know you do, yeah.
Because I'm now teaching myself sewing, and many atrocious projects have been before I finally kicked out something decent. I've now gotten very picky on fabric, and pajamas need to survive a hot wash.
Yep.
They need. Are they vinyl?
Because of all the crabs.
Or are they? Is it embroidered? Is it printed? How long is that lovely like monochrome effect? How long is that gonna last? I'm now really picky, and I know that's my fault. But then, is it? Because we seem to be accepting a shoddy standard for our clothing anyway. So then my pickiness is now looking like pretension. But is it?
Yeah. I think Grot-mas is alright so far. I don't play 40k, so the current content doesn't interest me. I'm excited and scared of new EOS regiments of renown.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do those, because I think there's less of them, isn't there?
So then when somebody put on their
Thanks to the 5 Elect Man.
Christmas list
Legend.
that they would like a Spider-Man hat, I'm now going around, and on Google 5 shops have said they do these kinds of hats. So I've put aside today, as per my advent list, today I'm going in, I'm going to try and get the majority of the list, so the closer it gets to Christmas, the less I need to go in. And I went to all 5 shops. Guess how many actually had it in?
2.
1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's lower than I thought.
And Next, I used to love Next. It felt like affordable luxury.
I
hardly any of it is in the shop.
I thought it would be 3, and then you were like, guess how many? I was like, it's going to be lower than I think, so I'll say 2. I didn't think it'd be 1.
Just 1.
That's bad, isn't it?
But
why? The thing is, the problem is for these companies in general. Why have it in the shop? What good does it do on the shelf?
Yeah.
Where like
I know I'm in the minority
because it sits on the shelf and no one buys it, and it sits there as a networking capital burden that they don't need to house. If they put one in every single shop, they might sell 1 or 2. That it's just not. They weigh up what that product's value is versus having it available on the shop.
In one of the shops, and I can't remember which one, there's a poster on the wall that says you cannot try on click and collect orders on the premises. You have to go home and do it. That seems a bit backwards.
It's a bit odd, yeah.
Is that to try and make it more effort to return it?
I don't know, actually. I do know that scientifically speaking, companies want you shopping online over coming into store. And if you do come into store, they want you shopping with card over shopping with cash.
Yeah.
And if they do have you shopping with card over cash, they want you shopping contactlessly.
Nope, I'm all three of those opposites.
Because all of those things, it's best for them if you're sat here in the comfort of your own home with your card. All of those things means that it reduces a barrier to handing over the cash, and so you spend more.
So I had this conversation with when I bought Christmas pajamas, and I said to her, "Can I be a real pain in the ass? Can we do 2 separate transactions?" Yeah, no problem. And I got out my little pencil case of Christmas money for Jim Jam, and then the little pencil case for Ben. So when she put through one set, I said, "Right, pay with that one," and she said to me, "Really sorry to be nosy, is this how you manage your Christmas money?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "That's bloody genius." And I said to her, because she looked about 21, 22, so most likely still lives at home with her parents.
Nowadays, yeah.
And I said, well, I didn't move out till I was 22.
Well, I think nowadays with the cost of living in houses, I wouldn't be surprised if people living at home with their parents at 30 at least, quite frankly.
No, I don't blame them.
No. If they can make it work.
But I said to her, most companies will pay you early in December so you can buy some things for Christmas, which then effectively turns January into a 6-week pay month. So you really kind of want to be paying for Christmas at the back of November so that the December pay, you don't really need to touch that apart from your general food shop, dog food, all of that. And then January doesn't seem like such a slog to get to the finish line. And she said, "So does this stop you going into the red, so to speak?" And I said, "Yeah, if it's in cash, once it's gone, it's gone. I don't touch my card. I don't get my phone out. Once it's gone, it's gone." And frankly, there's enough in there that they can have a really lovely little Christmas. Kids don't need hundreds and hundreds of pounds. They don't need it.
Bit of coal, an apple.
Let's say that they have a list of 100 things. They've probably really honed in on maybe 3 things out of the 100.
Oh, that's so crazy. I see kids with these Amazon wish lists with 100 items on. It's so cringe.
Well, then I was in the John Lewis glass elevator, because you can cut across to Argos and stay warm. And I overheard 2 ladies talking about the Klarna, pay by 3 Klarna, and then the credit cards they've used to pay for Christmas.
Klarna's a weird one.
And I just thought,
don't
do it.
Talking about Warhammer chat, let's bring it back around to Warhammer. Klarna's a weird one, right? Because it's Christmas relevant, this. I, in principle, have no problems with it. So I don't know if I'm sure most of you know what Klarna is, right? Klarna is a payment plan, essentially. And what Klarna does is it allows you to buy a product. So I'm buying a product from Loose, right? Loose is the vendor, I'm the customer. I buy a product from Loose and it's £99, okay? And that's a lot of money for me right now, £99. This time of year, it's a lot of money. What Klarna does is Klarna says, we'll give her the £99 and then we're going to take your money in 3 monthly installments. Normally it's 0% APR. I don't know how they make money, but hey. So the first month where you would be spending £99, we'll take £33. We'll take £33 next month. We'll take £33 the month after. Okay. So we've broken that payment down into 3 payments, right? So, as far as I'm aware, they're normally always 0% APR interest free as well, right? Good. Cool. Now, it's December. Christmas is coming. Christmas is around the corner, right? And the fucking fridge breaks.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, definitely.
Right? Klarna,
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get why you need it, right? I'm here for it. It makes sense. You need a fridge. You can't not have a fridge, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but you know.
Our houses are too warm, and we don't have pantries
you need a fridge.
anymore.
Klarna, thumbs up, right? I have this problem in here right now, and the reason why I have this problem in here right now is because in the very, 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 very near future, we will be launching our store and website for hobby products. We're launching Hobby House. You guys all know it's coming, right? We've built the website. We're ironing out the final kinks. Not a lot will happen in December because it's December and solicitors don't do anything in December. Lazy fucks. So we're ironing out all the kinks and hopefully in the new year at some point we'll be launching it, right? And there's other companies out there, including our sponsor Element, who offer Klarna.
Yeah.
On Warhammer.
I know, yeah.
And I have a real moral problem here in my head, and the reason why I have this moral problem is because in my mind I'm like, you do not need Klarna for Warhammer. Because if you can't afford it now, then wait.
Yeah, don't spend the money you don't have.
So my moral compass says we shouldn't offer that system. My business head says you absolutely should. Because if they can't get it with you there and then they'll go somewhere else and spend that money anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm really I'm really torn because my business head is going, of course you offer it, everyone else does.
Yeah.
And it's not for you to necessarily question the morality of what they're doing. My moral compass says we shouldn't offer it as a solution. You should only this is a luxury product. You should only buy it if you can afford it.
The only opinion I can really have on money is my own. It's not my place to have an opinion on other people's money. However those two people choose to pay for Christmas, I don't practice money management that way. I never have. I have never been in financial trouble. I've never even gone into my overdraft longer than 2 days. And that's my primary focus. Get out of the overdraft, pull an extra shift, refund something that I didn't need that was an impulse purchase, get out of that overdraft as quick as possible because that is an emergency amount of money. We've all done it. We've all gone into the overdraft and gone, fuck, need to get out of that. But I've never practiced money management by using credit cards.
I think to be an effective businessman at this point, I need to go moral out the window for now. We're not killing puppies, we're not clubbing seals, so it's not like we're not responsible for oil leaks in the fucking Gulf. This is just a case of offering a payment method.
Probably a cog somewhere in there.
Interestingly as well, I like this game. Gareth says, "Hands up, everyone who has over £100 tied up in grey plastic still unopened."
Careful, your wives might be watching.
I like this game, chat. I like Gareth's question. If you have over 100, here's a game we'll play. If you have over £100 tied up in grey plastic that's still unopened, gift 1 membership right now.
Stop it.
We're going to call it a fine.
Are we?
A 1 gifted fine, because I reckon that'll get us to target in no time at all.
Come on, chat, you're smarter than this. Don't do it.
It's not about being smart. It's a very obvious question. If you've got £100 plus unopened, grey plastic unopened, 1 gifted. It's $4.99 for a gifted. To hold your hand up there.
But I got to my little pencil cases of James and Ben's Christmas money because every month I go to the bank and I take out my monthly money. So groceries, dog food, and then every Saturday I do a dog walk anyway, but usually every other Saturday or every time I need to, I'll go to the butcher and I'll get some meat off of the lovely Russ. And what's interesting is any time people say to me, where do you get your fruit and veg from? And I say, I get it from this company because I'm trying to reduce my plastic coming in. Where do you get your meat from? I get it from this butcher's up the road. The assumption is that we eat like kings.
Yeah, we don't.
How can that be if I've managed to get Christmas to pay for itself?
I mean, at the moment, the household is the cheapest possible it can be. Because no one's eating.
Oh, yeah, you're all sick. You're saving me a fortune.
Because none of us are eating at the moment in the house. We're all just dropping weight and dying slowly.
And a little sort of throwing a pebble into the pond like that, creating the ripple. It doesn't take long for me to go, I'm going to walk down the cake aisle at Morrison's and see how many of those I can make. Because essentially, it's all...
I've primed about $100 worth, so I'm exempt.
You are correct. Maybe.
Because it's all essentially eggs, flour, butter, sugar. It's just in different shapes and colours. And maybe there's jam in the middle. So essentially, the majority of the cake aisle can be done at home. It won't look like the picture, but jam roly-poly is essentially chocolate roulade, just with different, like the principle's the same. And it's really annoying to hear. It does cost much less to make it yourself once you're in the habit of buying raw ingredients instead of a ready-made cake that probably will go off. So then that saves money. And then it doesn't take long to go.
Well, interestingly, for some of the ready-made cakes, they don't go off as quickly as you'd expect them to.
They kind of go off in a way that it just doesn't really taste of anything because... I don't know, it's been sat on the shelf in the supermarket too long, so although strictly it's not off, it's not fresh either.
Yeah.
And anybody who cooks or bakes, fresh cake and fresh bread is something else. It's just not the same.
It's not the same. It doesn't fill you the same either.
And then it doesn't take long to go, boys, do you even eat those crackers? I can make some. And then, oh yeah, Mum, that's fine, you can make them. Right, so I'm not buying them anymore then because nobody fucking eats them anyway. I'll just make them. And then you go, I can make crackers. So now the cracker side of the crisp aisle, you kind of go, well, there's rosemary in that one and pepper in that one, but it's essentially the same raw ingredients, different shape, different toppings. It doesn't take long to start really saving money in the supermarket.
Kai's got a great phrase, by the way, as well, which you will love more than anything.
All right.
If mould won't eat it, I don't think you should.
If mould won't eat it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
How good's that as a rule?
I do love that.
I knew you'd like that one.
Yeah.
That sings loose. In the meantime, right? Tony, thank you for the one gifted. Eric, thank you for the one gifted. Elekman, thank you for the one gifted. Jill, thank you for the one gifted. Grimgar, thank you for the one gifted. Jakob, thank you for the one gifted. Okigdor, thank you for the one gifted. Pridders, thank you for the one gifted. Ghastly, thank you for the one gifted. Demogorgon, thank you for the one gifted. I also gifted one.
I'm not allowed to gift, but you can gift.
I made a rule that if you have over £100 of unopened grey plastic, gift membership as a fine. I'm following the fine.
I'm gifting the next time.
I'm just trying to encourage people along. Slow nights tonight, all right? We're just encouraging people. I once had money issue at Christmas, so I gave my nephew a card promising a Febmas present when he came up in the half term. He went to Board Game Cafe, played a few things, bought his fave. That sounds amazing, Gareth.
I really
like that. Yeah, yeah. I'm a big fan of that one.
And also, when all the hype of Christmas is gone, you then look forward to Febmas.
You do, yeah. I feel like I should have gifted. I should have found people 5 gifted instead of 1 gifted. We might have. It would have been. A lot of people haven't been honest.
Their wives are watching.
A lot of people haven't been honest and paid their fine. There's 175 people watching, and it went up by like 12 memberships. People aren't being honest.
Their wives are watching.
Yeah, they're sat there now
do it.
with their partners next to them sweating. No, I haven't got £100 more on open plastic. No.
I won it in a raffle.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't count if it was given to me by the postman. Christopher Stanford, PlayStation Gloucester, thank you for the one gifted. Lewis, this is him giving you permission to spend £100 on Warhammer and then gift memberships. No, it is not. Thank you, Christopher Stanford, PlayStation Gloucester. Up to 23. People aren't that excited for Grot-mas. Actually, I was reading chat and I did see people were quite hyped for it on the whole. I saw the feedback majoritatively was, as long as it stays like this, it's actually probably a pretty good thing and it gives you extra options. I'm here for it. I think this is the right move. I was really worried when they announced it. I was instantly concerned because I know what Games Workshop are like. I was instantly concerned that, oh, here comes some broken fucking detachments that aren't balanced at all.
Oh, I forgot to put bread in the oven.
I'm glad. I know what you did. Last roll, thank you for the one gifted. Holio, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. There we go. Now we're cooking. Thank you so much, Holio, for 5 gifted. Any advance on 5 gifted, chat? It's like an auction. I don't think I have anything here to give away, really. I don't have anything here I can give away, chat. I want to encourage you to get to the 100 gifted. How many times? Thank you, Dave WK, for the one gifted. Here, we're up to 30.
Ben's asleep.
On the sofa?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. They're both sick.
Bless him.
We've got some very sick children chat at the moment. It's unpleasant in this house still. I am feeling... Someone said to me earlier, how are you feeling? I am feeling $1 million to where I was a week ago. For reference, I'm not feeling well. I'm better, but not well. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So I reckon I'm like 70%. If normal's 100%, I reckon I'm like 70%. And if you'd have asked me 2 days ago, I was about 55%. So I'm definitely improving. At the moment, I've become a person where afternoon naps are part of my life now. Because I get so fucking tired. I get so tired.
But now that you've had proper flu,
Oh, Kev, bless you.
You need to be careful of chest infections now.
Mm.
I'm afraid it's time to admit you are human and mortal, and you are now vulnerable.
Mr. the Demo Gorgon, thank you for 50 gifted. Fiddy gifted memberships. Good to see you're not dead yet. It's not giving them out yet. It will start in a minute, Kev. Thank you so much for 50 gifted, you fucking wonderful human. As long as it gives out one, then it will be fine. There we go. Good. Okay. Now we'll get the money. If it gives out none, it refunds them.
Oh, that's nice.
It is.
Yeah.
But then it's like, no, I really needed that. Please, YouTube. We really need that. Kev, for the 50 gifted. Can we have a hope on a Monday for a 50 gifted? For 50?
Ooh. I hope, Kev, that when you go to the German market for the Christmas atmosphere and you get is it a bratwurst?
Bratwurst?
Oh,
I love a fucking bratwurst, yeah.
A German person serves it to you. That's what I hope.
Not Brom. I'm about 4% today, throwing up all day, shit myself twice, and now waiting for paramedics to come give my partner a concussion checkup because she fainted and banged her head. 4% is good for now. Christopher Sanford, what's going on, dude?
Oh, man.
Love to Chris.
I think he's picked up the buggiest of bugs.
Yeah, we're at like 70%. I'm at like 70%. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't know what you would. I say we. I don't know where you would put yourself at the moment.
I don't even use that scale anymore. It's so true that if you constantly feel some kind of discomfort, the baseline is a bit murky. So I don't even use that anymore.
Do you know what? There's Wee Man has said he's sick and fed up of coughing. There's so much of it about right now.
Yeah.
It's unreal how much of it is about at the moment. And I honestly, I'll sit here and be completely honest. I don't think this makes anyone less of a fucking person. There was a couple of times throughout my illness that I had where I was sat there sobbing, saying to Luce, I can't do this anymore. I can't. I'm so fed up. I can't do it anymore. And I thought, this is pretty extreme. Listening to people, seeing what people say in chat, seeing what people have said in things like the OnlyFans, there's so much of it around. Maybe this is just me. Maybe this is just me getting older now, but I don't remember people being this sick.
I think it's a COVID thing. I mean,
You reckon?
there is the new strain of COVID going around, but I think since COVID, it's just made other bugs either turbocharged, or because we're still not mixing as we did, we don't quite have the herd immunity thing going on. I don't know. I definitely in the before times.
Well, so
but for me, COVID's the common thread.
I famously joked pre-being this ill that I don't normally get sick. Mm-hmm. Now, I get head colds. We all get head colds. Like, that's just a thing that happens, especially when you've got kids about. That's not something that's like... But in terms of being sick, it doesn't normally... Like, I get a head cold, I'll carry on working. I'm a bit snotty. Oh, well, I've got a bit of a sneeze and a cough. Fucking get on with it. Hot lemon, off you go. So that I wouldn't... At that point, you're sick, but I wouldn't classify that as being sick because... You could just continue as normal. It doesn't really stop you. This thing fucking floored... Well, you know.
Well, it's flu,
floored me.
Flu's been around for a very, 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 very long time. So you had flu.
But it's like... I just don't remember this many... Maybe, again, it's your naivety of being a child and you don't see the world properly. But I just never remember this many people being unwell. Like, my dad, in my memory, my dad was floored with flu like once in his life. That was it.
Well, you only really want to get it once.
Well, fucking right you do, yeah.
But you're also older, and mid-30s is when it all starts to...
Late 30s, unfortunately, now, Luce.
Go down.
I'd like to say mid-30s. I'm 38 this month.
I know, I forgot how old you were the other day.
You did, yeah. You forgot how old you were the other day. You asked me how old you were the other day. Yeah, I'm literally 38 this month. Like 38 on the 24th of this month. I'm late 30s now. I'm not mid 30s.
Man, you're nearly 40. Do you remember when we were kids and whenever you'd find out your parents' age, you'd be like, "Whoa, you're well old."
One Shot Will says it's easy to see how so many people died from flu back in the day. It wrecks you. It fucking destroyed me, mate.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest. I sometimes when I say I'm like 70%, I'm wondering if I'm being a bit generous. Like if I'm...
Well, you're 70% post-nap.
This is my point. That's exactly my point, right? I'm 70% post-nap. 100%.
Like a baby.
Because like Luce was out Christmas shopping, and because this is her week off, I'm like, you do whatever you need to do, and I'll be here. That's fine. I don't mind. I am recovering. It doesn't matter. We're all sick. Like we're a team ultimately. So I was like, go and do your shopping, crack on. I'll look after the boys. And I did. And I looked after the boys. I made sure they were fine. Medicine and food, all that kind of shit. Kept checking up on them, make sure the house was warm, all that sort of stuff. Did a bit of ironing, like good little house husband. And then and I was like, I was doing the iron, and I was like, I can't believe that I'm stood here ironing and my legs are exhausted. I'm just ironing. I've been standing here for hours in the past, and I'm like, what the? Anyway, Luce came home, and you must have been home for half an hour, and I was like, I need to go for a nap. And I went up and laid on my bed, and then I woke up an hour and a half later, and I was like, and I wouldn't mind, but last night we were in bed at like 11, and I woke up this morning at 9 a.m. Yeah. What the fuck?
Well, that's because
I've never slept this much.
Sleep is healing.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Why.
But yeah, I've become the old man that has afternoon naps now.
I don't mind.
But then I was able to come downstairs and help out with the kids and stuff. Honestly, COVID is a real mean piece of work. It balks your immune system. If you wrote COVID in a sci-fi story, your editor would tell you to dial it back a bit. Absolutely. Yeah. Like, but this is the problem. I had COVID, and then on the recovery from COVID, got the flu. And I think because I was recovering from COVID, which balks your immune system, the flu went, fuck you, and just flattened me.
There was a fact that was talked about years ago when COVID was first locking us in, and I think it was Coronation Street, that the writers toyed with an idea of something like COVID, and then it got vetoed for being too unrealistic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think it was
I'd love to know if that's true. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Welcome to the old man club. I mean, I'm here for afternoon naps, but I'd rather have an afternoon nap because I flat choose to, rather than because it's the only way I can carry on. Yeah. Do you know what? There's something a little bit like, I feel like an old nap.
I feel like that's a flex. That is, I nap as a luxury.
Yeah, because I can rather than because I have to. Like, I'm now in a place where I have to fucking nap, otherwise I just don't. I was thinking about the stream tonight. I was sat here and I was like, I'm fucked. And I was doing some painting today, actually, chat. I literally started putting base coats on a spirit seer today, right? I was doing, and I got so tired. I was like, was sat here holding the model. I was like, fuck, what's going on? Yeah. How am I sat down falling asleep? And so that's when I was then like, I stepped away from the table.
I'd love to know the science behind when you're actively trying to do a task and your body is forcing a shutdown. I'd love to know what on earth is going on underneath the surface. Why can I not seem to have total control?
I am at the moment. So on Sunday, I have an RTT planned in Bournemouth. Yeah. And Paddy, he comes past the house to go to Bournemouth, basically. Mm-hmm. So he's talked about swinging by and picking me up, and I'm like, actually feel like this will shock you because you know me. I'm actually like, yeah, Paddy, you can drive.
I'm just going to raise an issue. Are we sure it's a good idea for you to be in a room with that many other people?
No, I'm gonna wait and see how I feel on Friday. Thursday, Friday, and then I make a decision.
I think you would run the risk of bringing in, for example, I don't know, 100 people's...
Event flu.
Yeah, event flu. And then then it will just merge into illness number 3. My bread's beeping.
Yeah, okay. I want to go and play because I want to play because I haven't played for fucking weeks, but...
Personal opinion: COVID shots led to current sickness spreading. And next year, the old folks' home will be for you.
Thanks, Upping Door. Jesus. Happy evening, Liam. Sounds like you're feeling better. I am. I feel much, much better. I don't think I'm going to be right until the end of the month, honestly. I don't know when I'm going to be right. Actually, right, but I'm better. Did we get a show with your thoughts on the new Safe Battle Tome? Did I miss it, or were you just sick? We were sick. I think Joe's playing Safe Ducks tomorrow night. He knows the book better than I do, Elect Man. In fact, I'm going to be straight up and say that Joe knows everything AOS better than I do. So when it comes to asking for opinions on Age of Sigmar, he's probably going to be the person to talk to, or the person to ask. I am fully balls deep back on 40k again. I'm not anti Age of Sigmar at all, but I'm fully balls deep back on 40k again. And so it's probably better to ask Joe, and you'll get a better response than me, who hasn't really read it. But Joe's looking at playing Slave to Darkness. So he's read it better than I am. Like he's read it to start with. I haven't read it. So, did you try changing your socks and drinking some water? I'm sockless right now.
Okay. Buns are out. Sausages are in.
Oh, hot dogs.
Well, it's easy, isn't it? If the boys just want to pick it apart.
It's bread. It's stodge. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really want to go and play on Sunday because I haven't played for weeks now because of the illness. I need to find out how. It's not a huge number of people that are going to be there either because it's a small venue. So we'll see what happens. I'll talk to Adam, see what he says.
I'm in the camp of don't go. We're coming up to being sick for almost a month now.
It's been a while, isn't it?
Yeah.
It has been a while.
That's where I'm at.
Well, if you think about it, actually, James was not feeling right on Remembrance Sunday, and I came down the next day. Mm-hmm. So it's literally nearly been a month. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've not. Oh my god, that's so depressing. The house has been sick for a month.
That's why I'm feeling quite compassionately fatigued, and I think I might kill someone.
Yeah, that's fair.
If one of you doesn't get well soon.
Yeah, I'm definitely
I might
recovering.
be like, right, that's it, off to the knackers yard. You're clearly not getting better. Let's just go sort it.
Influenza is Spanish flu pandemic strains from World War One. Is that true? Interesting. Exclamation mark gift. Yeah, Kev got us up to 80, chat, and then you all went quiet. We just need 4 lots of 5 to finish the goal. Just 4 lots of 5, chat. There's 186 people watching right now. I'm sure 4 of you can go, fuck it, it's Christmas, isn't it?
Am I allowed to gift?
Your computer's not even on.
I can gift on my phone. No, I can't. I don't know the password. Let me try.
No, because then you pay Apple tax on your phone.
How much is that?
If it's a £5 membership, you pay £6. You just pay an extra £1 to Apple. It's an extra £1 per membership. Lucy's very polite way of telling you to get a fucking grip of your admin and wash your hands. Yeah, we'll see. The thing is, I'm so excited for Sunday because it's Paddy and it's Joe. I'm really looking forward to it. I think Tom's going. It's gonna be a fucking great little day. Hopefully, I'll message Adam and see how many people are there, and I'll make a decision. Does my Corsair present count as 5 gifted? Yes and no. Like, I wouldn't ask you to gift 5 because you've already paid for the Corsair present, Ash. But no. No. Do you have £100 of unopened plastic?
You do, and we're married, so we share everything. So yes.
I started yesterday the Harry Potter marathon again. Manza, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend. Wee Man, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend as well. You're sick, Wee Man. Look after yourself. Thank you so much for 5 gifted, Wee Man. Up to 91, chat. There we go. Yeah, I started the Harry Potter films right from the start yesterday.
Carl is so mean.
Well, what's he said? How? It makes a change for it not being...
It's not a dating profile. It's just my picture.
Makes a change for it not being aimed at me. Ash, thank you for the one gifted. Oh, my lord. What's hers is hers and what's yours is hers. Not true.
No, not true. We share everything.
We do. Quite literally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even the jokes.
Yep. Even the jokes. Howdy all. How's everyone getting on now? How's everyone doing? We're doing all right, Tyler. Thank you so much, Ash, for the one gifted as well. Up to 92. 8 to go. You people are wonderful. I love you all. Yeah, we're not doing badly. Grot-mas is helping slightly. We even have decorations up. Normally, this time of year, streaming from in here, you'd have no idea it's Christmas.
No, I know. I wanted to change that this year.
Yeah, Luce went a bit mad this year.
Well, I just thought we spend a lot of time in here. And
She bought more fucking garlands than the Judy household. Mr. the Reverend, thank you so much for one gifted, you legend. Like, we have so many fucking garlands now. But the house looks much Christmassier. Much more Christmassy.
There is something about that natural colour green being indoors when everything's died off, because it's supposed to. But then there's still the colour green around. And you said that in the army, the underneath of your peak is green.
Yes.
Because
on my forage cap, it was green, yes.
Yeah. Because it's a calming colour?
Green's a calming colour for humans.
There you go. So there's...
Green is a very calming colour.
I'm just trying to keep it calm.
I'd have the green in the house all the time, though.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm a fan of houseplants.
See, I thought I would be, and then I remembered that in my childhood home, in the bathroom, there was this kind of like weird miniature palm tree thing.
Yeah.
And it used to move. And there was so many
It's not a fucking ant.
No, there was so many tiny spiders in
Yeah,
it.
of course, yeah.
And you'd be sitting on the toilet looking around and you'd see a ring on the floor of where the plant pot used to be. And it would only move maybe like a centimetre, nothing really. But you'd think, why is that moved? So I'm not a... Houseplants are so good for you indoors, but I can't.
Okigdor, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend. I like greenery. I'm such a fan of greenery. I could fill every room with some form of plant.
But would you maintain it?
No, that's why we don't have them. If I could maintain them, if my ADHD would let me maintain them, I would have already done it.
What if you plan it into your morning routine?
That it's possible.
Huh.
Yeah, if I can fit it into a routine, as you know, if I can shoehorn it in 3 weeks and then do it every day for 3 weeks ish, then I'm more likely to keep doing it. But the reason why we're not full of houseplants is because they'd all be dead.
Yeah.
And so
that's just depressing.
I like big green houseplants, big ones as well, because green calms me. I like spring is fucking wonderful for me.
Yeah, I like
such
spring.
a mood uplifter.
There's one of these gardens in this street is growing jasmine, because in a summer's day when there's a really nice breeze, you can just smell jasmine in the breeze. It's beautiful, and I can't figure out whose garden it is.
Great. Brandon says, Lim, you can essentially mini trees for houseplants. I'd love to have mini trees in the house, in big potted things. Honestly, I'd be all about that. And there's a smell that comes with it as well. It just
it's very grounding.
Bring him a shrubbery. Yes, exactly. I'll be getting a good sock update.
I'm gonna start my next one. That's on my advent calendar as well.
We've made a single one.
Where have I put my sock?
So if you want to hop everywhere, we're good.
Well, I think I'm struggling with second sock syndrome, where the first one is such a pleasure, and then when you think, oh, I've got to do it again, and you can't really change the colour or the pattern because you need to match the first one, and that's second sock syndrome. So I think I'm just going to lean into the odd sock thing.
Odd sock thing, okay.
And then just like really lean into it.
Yeah.
Where's my sock? I'm going to go and find my sock.
Okay, off goes fucking Dobby.
So a living 40k board with
cool
real
shit,
plants
wouldn't
when?
it? Wouldn't that be cool? Thank you for the 50 speech credit, you legend.
Put the plant next to something you do every day, like the stairs or tea.
Okay, cool. Thank you for $5. Yeah, that's how I have to force it into my routine. My ADHD is such. We talk about this a lot, right? And I'm more open about it now that I'm aware that you lot don't take the piss and you lot are, more supportive and understand what's going on. Predominantly, I think, because a lot of us are the same. If I need to add something to a routine, I have to force it. I have to, because like I said to Lise, I've wanted to do something like grow a chili plant, and I never have, because I would be all about this chili plant for the first 10 days without failure. Right, this would be my sole focus, and then I'd go, oh, new shiny thing, and that would be me done, and I'd be off doing something else. Like the fact that I'm still painting Eldar right now, by the way, is a small miracle. And when I say still painting Eldar, hang on, let me show you something, because this is going some for me right now to still be dialed in on a singular task. And I mean, this is going some. So you've seen the two characters. You've seen that I've basically fully painted a winged Altark, right? You've seen this, okay? So you've seen that. You've seen that I fully painted the Farseer on the shot glass. I won't show you that because of the memes. You've seen that I've now basically fully base coated a Spirits here, and tomorrow we're going to put the wash on and let that dry and then start doing the highlighting up, getting the helmet base coated. Chat, look. I've been very busy, chat. I'm still on the same project. That's mad for me. That's mad for me, that is. I even start putting base coats on this cheeky chap as well, look. This is mad for me. Oh, his magnet came off. This magnet's supposed to stick on the bottom here. Why did his magnet come off? That might need some super glue. Like that's as a person who understands my ADHD the way I understand my HD, that is not normal for me, that. It's very, very odd. To still be doing the same project. What I've also done is I've managed to remove everything that's not elf related pretty much out of my house. It's all in the studio. Only things in the house now are elf related. And that's how I'm maintaining my focus right now.
I can't find it.
Your sock?
No.
Oh, fucking Dobby. He's had it, isn't he? He's off.
I've just given the sausages a wiggle. So they'll be done.
Oh, it's that kind of night, is it?
I don't know where I've put it. No, it's gone. Gone forever.
It'll be like on the rocking chair or something.
No, I checked.
I don't know then. I don't know when you last had all your crafty stuff for the knitting. I just remember you sat over me, not over me, but
yeah.
I remember you sat in the room with the knitting when I was basically drifting in and out of consciousness.
Yeah.
2 new detachments seem okay. What is the chance that the rumoured splitting up of the demons to the 4 cult CMS armies is just happening in the Grot-mas detachments and we still get a demon codex?
I don't. This is a really interesting one that I've seen a lot of people talking about now, and I really don't know where I stand on it. I think we'll still get a Demon's Codex. I don't think we won't get one. A lot of people are suggesting that splitting up the 4 detachments in the Grot-mas calendar is a sign that we won't be getting a Demon's Codex. I don't believe that. Honestly, I think we'll still get a Demon's Codex. I don't see it changing. I'd like for demons to work better within their respective pantheon. I would like Khorne demons and World Eaters or Tzeentch demons in Thousand Suns to have more function and to work more akin to how the AOS ones do. But I don't see them getting rid of a Demon's Codex. Maybe I'm wrong. Just heard that all the rumours say we will not get a codex. Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard the rumours. I have no actual knowledge of this, by the way. I have no knowledge either way as to whether this is or isn't happening. And I welcome demons going into their parent faction and working better that way. How I would like to do it, and I'm aware I'm saying this and it's in contravention of what I'm normally like for things like rules bloat, but bloodletters, for example, in World Eaters, give them the World Eaters rules, make them work with World Eaters. Bloodletters and a Demon's Codex give them different rules. You would need 2 different points values. You need points values for World Eaters bloodletters and points values for standard bloodletters. I'd have their datasheet abilities be the same. The faction keywords would be what would be different, which is what would trigger the army rules. That way, if you keep their datasheet abilities the same, then you don't have to, if you're a Demons player who also has World Eaters, you don't have to remember 2 different datasheet abilities. I really hate the fact that Demon Prince on Foot has like fucking 4 profiles currently, because you've got a Thousand Suns one, a Death Guard one, a World Eaters one, and a Chaos Demons one. I don't like that. I'm okay with them having 4 different points values based on how they proc off of the main army rules, but I don't want them to have 4 different datasheet abilities. I think all the datasheet abilities should be the same. I think that makes it simpler.
I found it.
You found your sock?
Yeah.
Come here, Dobby. Yeah, look, it's an actual sock, chat. It's a knitted sock. With a heel and everything. And a stretchy bit at the top. Ready? Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, that's called ribbing.
For whose pleasure?
For the sock wearer's pleasure.
It's an actual sock. Look, she made a sock.
I'm going to call that the sick sock.
Just the one, actually.
Yeah.
What are you calling it? The sick sock?
Because I made it while you were sick.
Oh.
Because it's... And I've never appreciated having a hobby that kept my hands busy so much. Because you can't really do much when you're the one just watching someone be sick. You can do things like make sure they're taking paracetamol and all of that, but ultimately, especially flu, it's kind of like toughing it out.
Yeah, it was toughing it out.
So this is the sick sock.
That was, I tell you what, that was one of the most fucking depressing moments of my life. When I finally caved and said, yes, Lucy, you can phone the doctors. I'm feeling this unwell, you can actually phone the doctors. And I went to the doctors. Brom took me because I wasn't even comfortable driving because I was feeling so awful. I went to the doctors and I went in there and he did all the checks. And he checked my oxygen levels, my blood pressure, fucking everything. Checked my throat, checked my tonsils, checked inside my ears, checked my temperature. The fucking works, right? The only thing he didn't get me to do was touch my toes, for Christ's sake. And then he went, yeah, it's viral. It looks like you've had COVID. You've started to recover, then you've got the flu. This is the flu. I'm like, okay, so how do we fix me? He's like, bed rest and fluids.
Yeah.
Ride it out. And I'm like, are you fucking sick? Ride this out.
That's what we've been doing, and it's getting worse.
Yeah. It was, honestly, I was like, I mean, he's a doctor, and I've got every respect for the medical world, but I was like, I want to kill you right now. Like, I can't believe this is your answer.
Yeah.
Ride it out is your answer.
I did feel slight vindication though when family were saying, Luce, you need to get him to the hospital, and I was saying I really don't think that's a good idea. At the minute, the hospitals, it's flu season anyway. The hospitals won't have a bed for him because there'll be people in greater need. It will probably have to be corridor care through. That's just where we're at the moment. And even before he gets there, he'll have to sit in probably A&E in a drafty room with the automatic doors that open all the time. And it was currently, at the time, it was Storm Bert.
Yeah.
So all of that wind and rain.
Napalm says tequila does not count as fluids, by the way. Are you sure? The amount of people that told me to drink whiskey or something.
Yeah, I get that. So all those people that were saying take him to hospital and then got you into the doctor and the doctor just sent you straight back home, I thought, good, okay, I haven't medically blocked him.
What about how they handled in AOS? Demon Prince has taken in other Chaos factions to get the army.
Brom said you asked for rectal thermometer twice.
More than twice, Dave. More than twice, and he wouldn't oblige. I was like, I want to feel that thermometer, and I want both your hands on my shoulders. What about how they're handled in AOS? Demon Prince has taken in other Chaos factions, get the army's faction keyword and a unique ability related to the faction. Examples, Inches level 1 was it? Yeah, I think it's cool. Something like that. Something more simple. What I don't like is here's 4 Demon Prince data sheets, soon to be 5 with Emperor's Children, we can assume. 5 Demon Prince data sheets on foot, 5 Demon Prince data sheets with wings. They all get different rules. 10 sets of rules, 1 fucking model. Lucky you got an appointment. Our local surgery is not actually that bad. It's not great. It's not great. It's not great when it's 8 o'clock in the morning when they open and you phone at 7:59 and you're in a 25-minute queue. But when we've needed to see them, we get appointments, don't we?
Yeah.
Our surgery's okay. Tony, thank you for 1 gifted. Yay!
It was looking a bit ropey when 111 said you might have to call at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I said the trouble with that is I can call at 7:58 and sit in the queue, and by the time it ticks over to the on-duty receptionist, I'll be number 60 in the queue. And there's no way there will still be appointments by the time they get round to me.
Yeah.
So
Just wait. 11th edition will have Demon Princes on bikes. Yeah, with a 4-inch pivot. Tony, thank you for that extra gifting, man. Thank you for getting us to 100. You're a hero. If anyone else feels so compelled, however, we will continue to accept gifts and memberships from you wonderful human beings. Especially if you want to encourage me for my Eldar painting. Which I'm very proud of, actually. I did, when I had the flu, I didn't paint for a whole week. And it was very strange because you historically have been able to not paint for weeks on end and not give a fuck. Don't care. Not bothered whatsoever. Not interested, not bothered. This time round, I had the flu and I couldn't paint because Luce will tell you, I was upstairs, shivering, sweating, passing in and out of consciousness, basically.
Yeah.
There's no way I was going to sit down here and hold a paintbrush, was I? That wasn't going to happen.
Is there such a thing as flu dreams?
Oh, I don't know. Like, almost like a...
Like, you know... Yeah. Like, the dreams are quite... Not quite nightmare-y, but they're pretty weird.
Like hallucination-y kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if that's
I mean, I think... Mm-hmm.
Did you have weird dreams?
Yeah, I like 3 days merged into a blob. So
Into a blob.
No, I'm being serious now. So my brother came over on the Saturday. So we did the stream on the Friday, and I was not great, but I was like, then I sweated it out on Friday night. I was like, feel good.
God, that
We're
was
good.
awful.
My brother came on the Saturday and hung out for the day, and I was like, when he turned up, I was feeling good.
Sausages.
By the time he left, I felt awful. Right. Then Sunday to Tuesday, just kind of didn't really. It was just kind of like one mess. I didn't know when it was. Hey, John, how's it going, dude? How are you, you beautiful human? Fever dreams. Honestly, Brian, it was... Yeah. I hear you end up dreaming about White Rabbit standing in the middle of the road. Yes, it says he hears you end up dreaming about White Rabbit standing in the middle of the road.
Oh, I still picture it. I can still see that rabbit.
Yeah.
I know exactly what it looks
The
like.
chat called them fever dreams.
Fever dreams.
Fever dreams.
That's it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. So I was saying, I woke up on Sunday and I wasn't feeling good, as you well know. And Sunday to Tuesday was like a blur. I don't remember what happened when. I have to map it out with you verbally to kind of work out what happened when. And the fact that I actually went to the doctor's on Monday, and that's when I had a shower. Because I couldn't.
Well, I said, I've called the doctor. You've got an appointment. Brom's going to come and pick you up and drive you. If he says to go into hospital, I think they're going to put you on a respirator straight away. And I said, shall we have a go at a shower? Because if the nurses need to shower you, I think you're going to point blank refuse. And it's not their job to manhandle you into the shower. But if you can go into hospital having at least showered at home, then it helps them out because you're hygienic at least.
Yeah. Actually, didn't help me feel a little bit better. But
yeah.
I have been painting, Alex. I'll show you now because other people. Yes. I've never been painting, but I've been painting to immense levels of detail. I'm very happy with it. There you go, Thanes. You thought you weren't going to get to see it before the end of the stream. You thought you wouldn't get to see it. See? There you go. I showed you. Fever dreams. Yeah, that was the thing.
I've heard of fever dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was absolutely...
So it's not actually the flu, it's just the fever part of the flu.
I'd love a lady nurse to help me shower.
I did not appreciate a lady nurse helping me shower after I had James. I was very much like, why are you staying in here? I can do this bit. I don't need you in here. Lucy, you had a blood transfusion. I'm staying in here. Nope. You can go.
New Dark Angels attachment looks fun. Yeah, Seth, we have already spoke about it right early on, but I think you're right. Both new detachments for me look fun. I've got one issue with both of them, and that is the enhancement for Death Guard for 10 points. It's my only issue with both of them. Otherwise, I think they look fun. There's some people that were complaining today about. I think it was Deeks in the Thanes were saying it doesn't like army rules, whereby if you lose your Raven Guard, you lose an army benefit. Raven Wing, sorry, you lose an army benefit. And I get it. I do understand, but I'm like, I like the concept that Games Workshop aren't just going, here's the next broken detachment, here's the next broken detachment, here's the next broken detachment. I like the fact they're going, here's a narrative thing. Like, I think we should reward them for it. And I think it's the narrative of the Dark Angels attachment is cool. And the functionality and narrative of the Death Guard detachment is cool, and I'm here for both of them. I think, honestly, absolutely think that they're doing. If this is the level, and they all come out around the same level, kudos GW. I think they're doing a good job. And I like to think by now you don't know me. If they do a shit job or they fuck something up, I tell them. I say it out loud. And I was very nervous about these attachments, and I said that openly on the reveal show. I was nervous because they haven't got historically a strong history of releasing things that are balanced. And they're kind of doing it right now. So far, historically, is here's new rules, and we go, oh, that's really broken. They go, oh yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah. Whoops. But so far, so good. We'll see. We'll see what's coming tomorrow. We'll be doing a show tomorrow at 1 o'clock from here, roughly, probably 1 o'clock from here. But we'll talk about it for an hour tomorrow. Instead of the Liam and Joe show. Again, I told you all at the start of the show, right? If you didn't turn up at the start of the show and watch the whole show, it's your fucking problem, not mine. All right? We're here every night.
So mean.
and then I'm not involved in the games this week because I'm going to come home and just embrace and hold my wife and children. Mostly the wife because the kids are sick.
Yeah.
Don't want to hug them
well,
when they're sick.
The reason why I ask about the fever dreams is because when I went in to check on Ben, he was talking in his sleep. I know he sings in his sleep.
He does.
But the talking's new.
Really disappointed as a Dark Angels player. Gold on producer plant. Gladius missed. I disagree. I think that's the wrong attitude. So Gladius is the strongest detachment for Space Marines by quite some distance, right? And I think expecting the next detachment to come out for any of the Space Marine factions to just flat supplant Gladius just means that everyone pivots to that detachment. It's about player attitude, I think, over detachment. I think the new detachment is fucking cool. I think I'm a Dark Angels player. I have Ravenwing units and Deathwing units. I want to use that detachment. I think it's cool. I think it's a fun detachment. Is it broken? Is it better than Gladius? No, it's not better than Gladius. Gladius is just too strong. I don't want every new detachment to be better than Gladius though, because then we end up in this weird arms race. So I'm sad that you're a bit disappointed, because I think it's fun and I think it's a cool detachment. You generally look like you've lost weight. I probably have lost a fair amount actually. We've not been eating in the house at all. I've started eating again the last couple of days.
Yeah, it is.
Even then, I've eaten. Today I've had 2 slices of cheese and Marmite on toast.
It's difficult because
that's it.
To get over illness, you need to put good stuff in.
Yeah.
But starve a fever.
Yeah. Feed a cold, starve a fever, yeah.
When do you eat? When do you not eat?
Yeah. It's much more interesting, meaningful Grotmas calendar than just random bit pictures like we had in the past. Like the quality keeps up, I agree, yeah. Yeah, I'm sad. I'm genuinely the Bingarooms. I'm sad that you're disappointed in it, to be honest with you, because I think it's cool and narrative. I think the Death Guard one's cool and narrative, and if this is a standard, I'm actually here for it. I'd rather that we didn't have a couple that come out that are flat better than everything else, because I think that's not what they're trying to do. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here. Gladius, I think if people want to play competitively, Gladius is going to be the way to go. I just wanted the competitive Dark Angels to detachments to be one of their own rather than Codex compliant. But I see your point. I get that. I understand. You want your strongest Dark Angels detachment to be a Dark Angels detachment. I get that one. The problem in the Space Marine world is that everybody's got randomly painted Space Marines. The second the Dark Angels one becomes the strongest one, so they're suddenly all Dark Angels players, aren't they? So yeah, I get it though. I think hopefully you see where I'm coming from as well. It's weird. GW's doing something interesting. I think it's really interesting. Yeah. Anywho, I am still not 1,000,000%. I'm still at 70%. So I'm not gonna labour the point here. I think the detachments are cool so far. We're gonna show off tomorrow's at lunchtime. We'll do Wednesdays at lunchtime, Thursdays at lunchtime. There's no Wednesday night stream because football. Because Saints are gonna get battered at home by Chelsea. Probably from Chelsea and from the referees as well. Tomorrow night there's a live game of AOS. Joe and Dan are playing, and Tom will be producing. Thursday's a live game of 40k. Joe and Brom are playing. Tom's probably producing. I'm having a phase into work week almost this week because it's also supposed to be Lucy's week off, and she's not very well, and the kids are sick. So we're phasing, right? And we'll manage it.
It's a phase, chat. It's a phase.
It's just a phase.
He'll get over it.
But but the phase is probably December as well. So like December's going to be a bit weird in general because it's December. I want to cover as many Grotmas articles as I possibly can for both 40k and AOS, but we'll see. And then obviously the Christmas week is going to be all over the place, and it's my birthday, and I need to cut a load of streams out because it's Christmas and I want to chill out with my family at Christmas, but also not at the same time cut a huge chunk of revenue out. So we'll play it by ear. That's what I keep saying to you people. Have the reaction roll turned on in Discord for the very least December. We will, of course, do our New Year's Eve stream because that one's always a banger. I'm here for that one. All right. So there you go. Hopefully you've enjoyed the stream. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash that like button. 155 likes on the stream is amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you also so much, you wonderful human beings, for supporting us tonight with gifteds and super chats. We're £11 off of our normal super chat total. You're amazing. We hit the membership goal on the dot, but it's Monday. It doesn't normally hit on Monday, so you've done really well. You're amazing. You human beings are the greatest human beings. And end of last month, you got me all slightly emotional as well because of how incredible you were. So thank you so much for that amazing support. It's December, it's Christmas. We're going to be cheerful mostly. Joe's very excited tomorrow because he gets to put the Christmas tree up. So the studio Christmas tree will go up tomorrow. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with us. There's no loose fact because it's Monday. Is there anything you want to say though before we go?
Best chat.
Best chat. Always best chat. Best chat. Thank you wonderful people. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow at probably about 1:30. Keep an eye on Discord. If not, I'll see you in the next one.